What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Let me explain something to y'all, man, real quick. We have been kind of led into a mindset in this society where it's been made okay to let other people tell us who should be our enemies, or even if not on an enemy level, who we should like and dislike. We've been strategically led into that way of thinking. And I know what you're thinking, man, I ain't been led into nothing. Okay, let me give you an example. The way the media works, the way that government works, and the political realm, they send their thoughts and send their agendas in and perpetuate them and push them through the media. And if there's an individual that they have an issue with, then they will create what's called a smear campaign. They will smear that person's name and bring them down, and every media outlet will have something negative to say about this individual. It may be a leader of another country, a country that you and I have never been in, an individual that me and you have probably never heard of, and they will present a situation and say, well, you know what, this person is doing this person is doing that. They are a threat. They send the words out like threat and all that. And before you know it, they have painted a picture of an individual that none of us have ever heard of just 3 days ago. And now everybody in the nation is talking about that person and how he must be stopped because this government, this media has put that out there, because there's another underlying agenda that they may be trying to get to. So in order to justify it, they got to make sure that they get the American people on their side. But on a smaller level, they do the same thing with entertainers and athletes. And if somebody stands up and decides to take a stand against some type of injustice, whether it be racial, whether it be police brutality, wait a minute, that's the same thing. Yeah, whether it be racial or whatever it might be, in order to diffuse that fire that may be building up, as if it's some type of leader who has the galvanizing ability to bring the people up and rally the people, then they look at that as a problem, and they would do the same thing on just on a different level. They would try to paint this person as being somebody negative or somebody that people shouldn't follow. They may go into his background. If they find any little thing, they'll put that out and say, well, see, he did this back in '04 and '06. He did this, and before you know it, some of the same people who was getting ready to stand with him or were standing with him or her, now they backing off because we let a real enemy tell us who our enemies ought to be. We even do it on personal levels. Somebody you cool with. So I'm trying to cover as many bases I can in a short period of time on these videos that I do. So, but trust and believe, the objective is to always make it relatable to you. I don't just do this just to be talking. So it could be on a personal level where you know somebody and you cool with that person, and somebody else has a problem with the person that you cool with. And they start, same thing, smear campaign. They start saying different stuff. Man, you hang with him? Man, you know he you such and such, man. You know he got into it with his girlfriend one time. He slapped her one time, man. And, it just, they start to try to sway your view and your opinion of a person that you've never had any problems with. And that's always how I roll, until a person shows me that they ain't cool. I give you the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. And it's not gonna too much matter what another person says about you, because I'm basing it off of how me and you roll. Now, the problem is that an evil suggestion or a slick suggestion put in a person's ear a lot of times has a lot of influence over somebody. And the other side of it is that if somebody tells you something about a person, even if you do have the kind of mind that it's like, well, man, I'm that's not the person I know. I'm gonna find out for myself. The problem is that it still plants that seed, even in the best of us mind. Like, man, did he really do that? Did she really do that? So that's a because if it is the person that if and but the key point is depending on who the news comes from. That's what you got to understand. So if there's somebody that you know and trust, that you know and love, and they always been solid with you, and the news comes from them, then it carries, of course, more weight. But if it's coming from some outside source or some cat that you might know or some cat that you cool with, but y'all don't just really kick it like that, or somebody that you know to be kind of shady, you got to be careful. I can't. I'm not a good quoter of scriptures and phrases and things that I read in books and the scriptures, but I'm the greatest paraphraser of all time. And there's a scripture that says, I believe it's in the Quran, this basically says when a person gives you news, be careful how you take the news. I'm chopping it up, but that's basically the gist of it. When somebody gives you news, be careful of how you receive and process that news, but also, again, make sure that you know who you look at the person is coming from. Because a lot of time the person that is coming from determines the motive of why they're telling you in the first place. The question is not always what they told you. It's not really about what a person tells you. It's always about why they told you that. That's what it is. It's like, so the news itself could be kind of okay, but your follow-up should always be, okay, but why, what made you want to tell me that? See? So in order for a lot of these cats to carry out their agendas, they have to make their enemies become your enemies. So in essence, they're choosing your enemies for you. Now on a different level, entertainment and things like that, they will force an enemy upon you to accept as your enemy because they control your bottom line. Not the enemy, but not the so-called enemy, but the person who's imposing an enemy on. They control your money. So they can tell you, well, nope, this is a bad person. Don't affiliate yourself with them. I saw you on a picture, taking a picture with this person. Nah, that ain't a good look for us. And it ain't a good idea for you to be doing. So they've chosen your enemies for you. But hey, well, man, I love this guy, man. He's not been nothing but good to me, nothing but helpful to me. No, he's this, he's that, he's this. According to who? According to you? So the key is, when somebody comes at you like that, whether it be on a personal level or even when you're just watching it on national news, when they're doing it on a national level, do your own research and find out why they're telling you what they're telling you. And then a lot of times when you find out why somebody is so-called looking out for you, just looking out for you, bro. Okay, why? A lot of times you find out that the real enemy is the person who's trying to impose another enemy on you. All right, man, it's your big brother, K-Rino. Y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. And I will catch y'all later on. Peace.